Ready for the next witness, or do you want
Yes,
to
we call Mr. Depp.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, okay. I did not expect that. What the fuck? I thought they weren't going to call him back. Interesting. Interesting. I'm listening.
Sir, just a reminder, you're still under oath, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir.
If you can get past the cringe, B stars isn't that bad. Oh no,
Good
I
morning,
might not
Mr.
be able to
Depp.
get past the cringe then.
We heard a lot about some statements that Mr. Waldman made. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And Mr. Waldman is your attorney or was your attorney?
Yes.
Could we please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 1245?
Oh, this is gonna be fun. They're gonna let the man speak.
This
No,
is already in
dude,
evidence, so
it's
permission to please
Rottenborn. Oh
publish.
no, it's Rottenborn that are doing the
If we could
objections.
scroll
Oh
down
no,
to the second page.
hearsay.
Mr. Depp, do you see the statement here attributed to Mr. Waldman?
Yes, I do.
When's the first time that you saw this
Look
statement?
at Amber, bro. She's just staring him down. That's so creepy.
All right.
Rottenborn. Mr. Rottenborn. Dude, that dude, they gotta make a movie with a villain named Rottenborn. We meet again, Mr. Rottenborn. By X Family, you watched it? No. I did. I haven't had time to watch anime shows or anything. The only time I have now is watching movies for my videos. That's it. Damn you, Rottenborn! Damn you! See, dude, I could just like the name. It's such a good villain name, dude. Amber's hairstyle looks like an upside down question mark. It's the next Bloodborne sequel, Rottenborn. It's kind of metal. Yeah, I could see that. Oh man, chat. I want to preemptively apologize for my coughing. I don't know why I've been having so much coughing lately.
Give it back up.
It's
Thank you.
annoying as hell.
Mr. Depp, when is the first time that you saw this statement by Mr. Waldman?
The first time that I ever saw this statement was in August. It was when the piece was
No! Oh, you son of a bitch. Don't you do this to me. Don't you do this to me.
This is the first time that I saw any of these statements.
Can
Okay.
we please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 1246? This is also already in evidence. Thank you.
I'm
If we
gonna
could
get
scroll
pissed.
down to the second page, or the third perhaps. Thank you.
Who the fuck is Diane?
Mr. Depp, do you see this statement that's attributed to Mr. Waldman here?
I do.
And when is the first time that you saw these statements?
Same when the countersuit was filed.
And could we please go to Defendant's
bad guys
Exhibit
still don't know who that is.
1247? And
I haven't
again,
seen
this
the
is
movie.
already in evidence.
And calling animated characters stick.
If we could
Stop.
scroll down, please. Thank you. Mr. Depp, do you see the statement attributed to Mr. Waldman?
I did, yes.
And when's the first time that you saw this statement?
This is the same. It's the counterclaim to August 2020.
I joined at a weird time.
After you saw these statements for the first time, did you form an understanding as to where they appeared?
I didn't, as to where they had appeared, these statements.
In what publication?
No, off the bat, I didn't know exactly
It's okay, Diamond. It's okay.
It
We
just
forgive
seemed like
you.
a lot of word salad to me. I didn't know where they'd come from, or I mean, where they ended up. Or
Don't feel bad.
Mr. Depp, do you recall Ms. Heard testifying that you did not assist her in getting her role in Aquaman?
yes, I do. Yes.
And what is your response to that?
Dude, what is with the fucking audio?
It's not exactly true.
Do you know when Ms. Heard first auditioned for Aquaman?
Strangely, I know the date. Well, no, yes, I do know the date, because I was scheduled with my band, the Hollywood Vampires. We had done 2 shows at the Roxy, which is a place in Los Angeles.
Dude, Amber is just, lasers out of her eyes, bro. She is staring him down.
Concert, which is a huge rock and roll festival. So we did the 2 shows to go to Rio and play there. Miss Heard wanted to come with me, and Whitney, her sister, had come as well. While we were there in Rio, we were rehearsing, getting ready for the show. Miss Heard informed me that she would have to get back to Los Angeles for an audition, meaning it's basically after our 2-hour show or whatever, we would have to get on the plane immediately to make it back to Los Angeles for this audition. And that audition was at Warner Brothers. It was.
I mean, we've already confirmed that Amber's a bad actor. She probably does need help.
When were you performing at the Rock in Rio?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was I believe it was the 24th of September.
In what year?
That was 15.
Welcome, Ultraviolet.
What do you
Amber
understand
knows she's
happened
done?
after
No.
Ms. Heard auditioned
Amber
for
thinks
Aquaman?
she's winning, chat. You got to realize that. Amber thinks that she is winning by a mile.
After Ms. Heard's
In her
audition,
deluded
or
mind,
possibly
she
auditions,
thinks that they're like destroying
for
Johnny
Warner
right now.
Brothers, and I suppose the
Yeah,
creative team.
narcissistic moment. Remember, cluster B
Ms.
traits,
Heard
chat. Cluster B
expressed to me
traits.
The film was going to be, Warner Brothers had said that the film was going to be shooting in Australia. And Australia was for Ms. Heard, that was a potential problem, which...
Objection, Your Honor. Your approach.
Okay.
Look, look at Johnny's face. Dude, how much he hates Rottenborn. I love it. I love how much he hates Rottenborn. He's just like, excuse me? What? Why? I've only got cluster A traits, bro. Any cluster B traits in chat? Any cluster B traits? Yo, where my cluster B's at? Yo, where my cluster B's at? No, Dr. Curry isn't the insane one. That's, fuck, what's his name? Again, chat, I'm terrible at remembering names. That's, Adult Ninja. I ate some cluster B's for breakfast. The one in purple is annoying. That's Elaine, isn't it? Doofenshmirtz. Watch Aquaman in theater, but I remember her as just the girl with red hair and nothing about her. That's what I thought, too. Cluster B is my rap name. I thought she was such like a side character in the movie. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. That's a round of applause for that one. Dude, the president of Warner Brothers literally said they had to fabricate with editing chemistry between the two main, you know, her and Jason Momoa's character. He literally said that they had to do a bunch of editing to make it look like they had better chemistry because she was that bad. Amber only has 6 minutes of screen time in Aquaman 2. It's hilarious. And she wanted a pay raise. Come on, don't be so hard on her.
I apologize, Mr. Depp. Could you please continue? What happened after Miss Heard auditioned for Aquaman?
I was informed by Miss Heard that the film was going to be shooting in Australia, and that was of concern to her, and because it was of concern to Warner Brothers. So she asked if I would, because I'd had a multi, for a few years I'd had a multi-film deal with Warner Brothers, and so we'd been in business together. So
I
knew
see.
These people. I've been on films with them.
I see what he.
So
okay.
She asked me.
So
if I
he
could
did
speak
help
to
her.
them. I made a phone call and I spoke to.
Objection, hearsay, Your Honor.
We haven't even got to.
I don't believe he said anything. I think he was going to say who he spoke to.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah, Rottenborn. Objection, hearsay. Here he goes again, chat.
the three upper echelon Warner executives, Kevin Tsujihara, Sue Kroll, and Greg Silverstein.
Damn, his connections have to be insane, dude.
Told them that.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
All right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
What was the result of you speaking with those individuals?
I thought he said I told him. How is that hearsay? He said I told him.
Well,
He didn't say what they said.
I can only
Does
say
that count as hearsay?
Ultimately, she did get the job in the film. So hopefully, I suppose I had curbed their worries to some degree.
Yeah, he didn't
Mr.
even
Depp,
let
do you
him
recall
say.
Ms. Heard testifying that she saw you consume 8 to 10 MDMA pills while you were in Australia in March of 2015?
Yes, I do remember that.
How
I
many?
also remember her saying that I took a handful.
Objection beyond the scope. Question.
That's
Sorry,
not.
that was extra
All
residue.
right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
How many times have you done MDMA in your life, Mr. Depp?
Objection. It's so funny.
Actually,
dude.
not that many times. I would say in my lifetime, maybe. In my lifetime, MDMA, 6, 7, maybe.
And how much MDMA have you done on those occasions?
I physically say the
not
man
enough
kill
to,
lawyer hearsay.
Not enough to properly. Well, not enough to properly experience what the chemicals are supposed to do to you.
God,
Have you ever
dude, Amber's
consumed 8
giving
to 10
him the death
MDMA
stare,
pills
bro.
at once?
No, ma'am. No, I have not.
And why is that?
Because that would probably kill
'Cause
you.
I'd be dead. I'm pretty sure I'd be dead.
Yeah, that would
I think
literally
one would
kill
die.
you.
Yes. Probably rather quickly.
Mr. Depp, I'd like to show you some pictures from the home in Australia that Ms. Heard testified about.
Sure.
Yes, you
Could
don't have to
please pull up
explain what
Defendant's
hearsay
Exhibit
is. I know what
1817,
hearsay is.
Which is already in
Okay.
evidence.
I know why they're objecting hearsay constantly. I know.
Mr. Depp, do you recognize what's depicted in this
Technically,
photograph?
he's right. It's just funny how like
Yes, I
aggressive
do.
he
That's
is
the,
about it.
That's the downstairs bar of the house we rented in Australia.
Oh wait, are you talking about when I said he
And
himself
can you
said
show
it?
the jury where you were sitting
Oh,
when
okay,
Ms.
never
Heard
mind.
threw
I see what you're saying.
the 2 vodka bottles at you?
If I touch this thing, it'll make a
Yes,
mark.
it will.
Yes. Okay. So this chair
Yeah, Amber's hair is very stiff.
here was over here. And it was in pretty much when I was turned around toward, they were on a swivel, so when I was turned around towards the bar, I'm facing the bar. When I turned around this way, the chair, this chair here was in pretty much exactly this same position as this chair. It was when I was facing Miss Heard, who was, let's say she was, if you're looking at the photograph, she would be about here.
Could you draw a line in the direction where Ms. Heard was relative to where you were sitting?
Yes, absolutely. So if I'm sitting here,
Okay. Croissant braid.
she was over here.
I wish I could actually see it. That'd be cool.
Back
Is there
here.
another one that shows it?
Approximately how far away from Ms. Heard, from you was Ms. Heard, if you can recall?
I would say it was probably 10, 12, 15 feet maybe.
What the hell was that
10
weird
feet
smirk she was
closer.
doing when talking?
And
I mean, look at her face right
approximately
now.
where was your hand?
She's like half
when the
smiling,
vodka
half
bottle
not.
hit it?
It was leaning. My arm was leaning on the marble bar, right there where the imaginary seat is, and leaning, kind of just leaning back and looking at Miss Heard. She just
So he's
walked
just
away with
reiterating
the
what happened
second
with the bottle. Okay.
Well, I mean, she walked this way when she threw the first bottle, which is actually visible
Can
in
you
the
please circle
background
where
on the
the
floor.
first? Yeah. Could you please circle where the first bottle
Oh,
is?
sorry, excuse me. Yeah.
Does she seriously think she
Oh,
looks
that
like a
is the,
victim? Obviously.
Exploded first
Chat,
bottle.
again, she thinks she's winning right now. You
That
got to realize
went
that.
past my-
She thinks that
went
she's
past my
like
head.
destroying his case.
And the second bottle,
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
right up here where my hand was resting on the marble bar.
There's his finger.
Can we please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 1820?
Chat, she's got to
Mr.
look
Depp,
like
do you recognize what's depicted
she's got to
in this
look like
photograph?
she knows something that he
This is
doesn't.
behind.
What is that face?
very bar.
It's her face.
And what do you see on the floor in this picture?
I see what looks to me like some kind of napkin. It looks sullied, soiled, blood.
Someone
I don't
pissed on
know.
it?
And I see glass in the corner, blood obviously on the floor. And
Where's
a
all the
towel.
smear marks from Amber sliding all over the blood and
something.
slipping and sliding all over the blood everywhere? Where's the
Do you
smear
know
marks?
how that bloody tissue got on the floor?
My best guess.
Objection calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Fair enough.
I'm
Goddamn
Do you know how the
skinwalkers.
blood got on the floor, Mr. Depp?
I'm pretty well. I know how the blood got on the floor. It came from my dripping finger, so that's why the tissue is. I'm 99.9% sure, since it is. Looks like it's got blood on it as well. Is what what I held my finger. Held my finger.
Yeah, I've
with.
seen the pictures of his finger. Yeah, it's brutal.
Do you see the wall
if
to
you
on
think
the left side of the
that
photograph?
you know how bad it is, you should see the pictures.
Is
It's
there a
way worse than
wall-mounted
you think.
phone on that wall?
It is like brutal.
On the left side of the photo. No, I didn't. No.
And people are actually, and their case is trying to say
Not that
that
I
Johnny
recall,
cut
no.
off his finger.
Could we please pull up Defendant's Exhibit
It's metal
394,
AF.
which is already in evidence?
Yes, ma'am.
It looks like it's out of a horror movie. It's brutal.
Mr. Depp, do you recognize this text message?
I do.
She's full of shit
what is
as
this
a
message?
Christmas goose. Dude, I love his vernacular, dude. His vocabulary is amazing.
It's a text to Dr.
A fucking she's full of shit as a Christmas goose. The constant insults, the demeaning,
I'm trying to
belittling,
read
most
through.
heartbreaking spew that is only released from a malicious, evil, and
Yeah,
vindictive
this is,
cunt. But you know what?
this is,
Far more
my text
hurtful
to
than
the-
her venomous
to,
and degrading endless
Dr.
educational
Kipper,
rant
who had
is
just
her
happened to be
hideously
in
and
town,
purposely hurtful tirades and her goddamn
telling me
shocking
that,
treatment of the man that she was meant to love
I've had it,
above all.
and that I just lost a fingertip.
How long after your finger had been injured did you send this text message, if you can recall?
It's hard to tell because when I look at the timestamp, it says delivered 3/7/2015, 5 o'clock. But I know that because
Is that
of
the
Australia,
finger? Okay, no. Hey,
time.
get. Sorry, I'm gonna have to. Don't do
It was
that.
the 8th. And it was probably
Have them look it up themselves. I don't want.
2 p.m. or
I
so,
don't want
when-
people
when-
clicking on
that
it
was
not
when
knowing there's a
Kipper was
trigger
called.
warning there
Jerry
and then
was
getting
brought in.
traumatized.
Judge, sorry, excuse
If
me.
they want to go find it, they could go find it.
So do you have an estimate as to how long after your finger had actually been injured that you sent this message?
Oh, it's the
I don't
clip
think
of
it was
him
very
telling
long.
the
I think
kids
it
he
was
ate it.
probably
Okay, my fault. You can repost it.
No, I'm sure it was
My
the next
bad.
half hour or so.
You can repost it.
I would have had to sneak into a bathroom, lock myself in to type this out.
And how were you able to send this text message to Dr. Kipper in the state that you were in?
Well, he wasn't available at the time, so just sort of thumb your way through, don't you?
How long after sending this text message did you see Dr. Kipper?
I don't recall that. I think it.
At the home.
Oh, the first thing he wanted to do was inspect the damage of my finger and try and figure out exactly what had happened, how it happened.
And what did you tell Dr. Kipper about how your finger had been injured?
Objection, Your Honor.
May we
You're
approach?
saying
All
we've
right,
discussed
that's
this
fine.
several times.
Let's go.
Mr. Rottenborn. Mr. Rottenborn. Back at it again with the hearsay, Mr. Rottenborn. I like the kids were none the wiser and the adults here. You guys want to watch it real quick? We got a little bit of time.
What happened to your finger?
My finger? I bruised it very badly. I ate it, I bit it off. I was starving. I was starving, I bit my finger. I ate it, the tip of it. Just a little. Nail wasn't good.
You can literally tell on his face he does not want to talk about it.
My finger? I bruised it very badly. I ate it, I bit it off. I was starving. I was starving, I bit my finger. I ate it, the tip of it. Just a little.
Yeah, you can tell he looks very upset about it. That finger injury looked brutal. Oh, did you look it up? Yeah, it's hard, man. It's way worse than I thought. The Mr. Objection Rottenbone. The fuck was that laugh? Wait, let's go back. I would. Wait, I just want to look at it. What the fuck? What the fuck? The way she scrunches her face when she laughs, I hate it. She tried to catch a bug in her mouth. I'm sorry, I can't unsee the upside down question mark. Yeah, it does look like an upside down question mark. Can we get a slow-mo of whatever that laugh was? Yeah, someone go back and edit that. Clip that up and edit it.
Mr. Depp, when Dr. Kipper was treating your finger, what did you tell him about how your finger became injured?
I told him that there was obviously, I mean, when you saw the damage in the house and everything, and the blood everywhere, I mean, obviously there was serious damage done. There would be no point in lying to the man. He'd been through it with me, and as heard before, I told him that
how many
she
steps
had,
are left in this case?
I
think it ends tomorrow.
And smashed my.
Why is she so giddy? Because she's winning, Chad.
Off.
She's winning.
The tip of my finger, just but a good chunk. I miss it.
Mr. Depp, you heard Ms. Heard testify about an alleged incident of abuse on your honeymoon. Do you remember that?
Dude, that thinking about how awful that would be for someone who plays guitar
when
to
did
lose
you and
his
Ms.
finger.
Heard go on your honeymoon together?
That fucking sucks, dude.
I believe it was somewhere in the neighborhood of August, because I just finished the film. Maybe end of July, August. I'm not quite good on the exact
Yeah, it's
date.
true. At least it's a strumming
Do you recall
hand.
the year?
That would suck if it was his
2015,
his left hand.
I believe.
And where did
As
you
long
and
as
Ms.
he's
Heard
not
go on your
left-handed.
honeymoon?
Wait, I'm sorry. She's winning? No, she thinks she's winning.
We took the
It's a big difference.
the Orient Express from Bangkok, Thailand to Singapore.
And what happened while you and Ms. Heard were together on the Orient Express?
There were times when it was very agreeable, very nice. And then there were times when...
yeah, even if she wins, her reputation's going to be screwed for life, dude. Which is funny that she thinks that she's winning in this case.
Dissatisfactory for her, and
like, it doesn't matter if she wins.
Start the rant, the blooming of a fight would be on deck there, and at one point, it didn't. I mean, I don't remember it lasting long at all. I just remember that I took a pretty good shot to the face, to the eye, to somewhere up here. So I had a bit of a shiner. But it all ended, and then everything got fine again, and we'd go to dinner.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Amber got any roles. I mean, she's a
Did
bad
Ms. Heard
actor
ever
already.
apologize to you for giving you the shiner?
I don't recall.
Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 162, which is already in evidence?
Yeah, it is interesting how insanely apologetic Johnny is in general. Yeah, you can see
Mr.
it.
Depp, do you recognize this photograph?
I do. It was with the,
Dude, Amber's the
yes,
only one who looks
the
pissed
chef
off
and the
right now, dude.
Maitre d' and the
She's
staff
the
were asking
only
if they
one
could
who
take a
looks
photo
super
with us,
pissed
and
off
they've
in the
been very
picture.
kind at giving us a
And
private dinner card.
so where was this photograph taken?
That was in the, that looks like it's in the, yes, that's towards the back of the Orient Express. That's in the back train.
Only a victim will feel the need to apologize for
And
something
just
that is
out back,
minuscule.
you could
Exactly.
smoke on the sort of caboose or whatever.
And what, if any, injuries do you have in this photograph?
I think the eye's a little bit bugged out, if you will. It's, yeah.
And Johnny doesn't wear makeup,
How
chat.
did that happen?
Johnny doesn't wear makeup.
These things could happen very quickly if you disagreed.
Objection, Your Honor, non-responsive. She just asked, how did that happen?
I believe he was about to explain.
Well, I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. So, Mr. Depp, specifically, how did the injury in this photograph occur?
I'm sure it hit me. Is that better?
Does this picture accurately reflect
Yes.
what you looked
Get
like
'em!
on that date?
Get Rottenborn.
I don't look at myself much, but it certainly looks like me with a black eye.
Does this picture appear to have been photoshopped in any way?
No, I think it would be difficult to photograph or to start getting into sort of digital processing with a number of people in the shot, especially in a wide shot.
Could
I
we
mean,
please
technically,
pull
that's
up
not really
Plaintiff's
true,
Exhibit
'cause you could
1301?
Photoshop
This is
anything,
new
but-
one, Your Honor, so this is not in evidence.
He probably doesn't know much about Photoshop.
Mr. Depp, do you recognize what's reflected in this photograph?
Yeah, it's black.
Yes, this is the
Yes.
staff.
Of course,
the
this photo.
manager,
Yeah, this picture right here.
his staff at the Raffles Hotel in Singapore.
Yeah, I know Johnny loses 100 mil if she
Before we
wins,
left, they
which is
they asked if
insanity.
they could take a
Totally not
photograph
in it
with
for
us.
money, by the way, Chad.
And when was this photograph taken?
Well, that would have been, we were off the Orient Express. We stayed in Raffles, I believe, a couple of few days. And
Yeah,
then
they really
from there we flew
redacted that
to
whole
San
picture,
Francisco.
didn't they?
So this photograph was taken after the photograph we just looked at?
This photograph was taken after the photograph in the dining car of the train, yes.
Your Honor, I'd move Plaintiff's Exhibit 1301 into
Pardon,
evidence.
any objection?
Oh, happy honeymoon. So it's
Any,
31st of October.
any objection?
Okay, just make it. I'm just gonna
No
keep
objection.
one up in
Alright,
case the pictures show on one and not the other.
Published to the jury.
Forgot the lens cover was on.
Mr. Depp, what, if any, injuries do you see on your face
Oh,
in this
the court
photograph?
can mitigate the sum. Oh, okay.
I
didn't know that.
see pretty much the same. I
Now that looks like a black
see
eye.
that
It's a blurry
the
picture,
area
but
here
I
has
I know
been,
what a black eye looks
well,
like.
is,
I've had plenty of black eyes.
swollen and yeah, there's a bit of a shiner there.
Not from getting in fights, ironically.
Thank you. We can take this down.
More from being clumsy. Lamau.
Mr. Depp, do you recall Ms. Heard testifying that she punched you in the staircase incident because she thought of Kate Moss in the stairs?
Do I remember her saying that?
Yes.
Yes, I do. 3 times. Yes, I do.
Do you have any understanding as to what Ms. Heard was referring to?
Oh, it's so good.
Yes, I do.
And
As Kate Moss, Kate testified, it was many, many years ago,
Always fun trying to explain a black guy when your dog just headbutted you the day before while playing.
And exactly
Bro, just say you got in a heated fight. That's like the best thing to do. Just say I got in a fight. You should see the other guy. Everyone thinks you're cool.
Recall speaking with Miss Hurd about that very incident because of the downpouring of rain, because it was raining very heavily that day that Kate slipped. And I recalled the story to her.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
May we approach Your Honor?
Okay.
Respect plus 99. That's all it takes, man. So is it weird that I think what Amber's doing right now? Because you notice how she's laughing. She's like talking to her lawyers, doing her ha ha ha, ha 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 thing, and like, having like, smiling. I feel like she's doing what Johnny's doing. 1 second.
Please continue, Mr. Depp. What did you tell Ms. Hurd about the staircase, or Kate Moss?
I'll make it easy for Mr. Rottenborn. Miss Hurd took the story and turned it into a very ugly incident, all in her mind. There was never a moment where I pushed Kate down any set of stairs, yet she's spewed this 3 times before.
Objection, Your Honor. Ms. Hurd simply testified that she had heard a rumor, and that's
What's a rumor?
non-responsive to the question.
Sir, hold on. This
Sorry.
objection. I'll overrule the objection.
Misstates the facts and evidence.
I'll overrule the objection.
Yeah, she's
Sorry,
mimicking
I was
behavior.
drawn by
That's what I
Mr.
was trying to say.
Rottenborn's, voice.
Certainly.
What would you like? What was it?
So what specifically had you actually told Ms. Hurd about the incident with Miss Moss and the stairs?
Very simply that we were in Jamaica. I had left our bungalow about 3 minutes prior to her. I was standing outside, and suddenly rain starts just coming down like it's, monsoon. And then I remember looking and seeing Kate coming out the door, and there were 3 little wooden stairs, and she slipped, her legs went up, and she landed directly on her coccyx and her lower back. So, and she was obviously physically in pain, and she was hurt, she was crying. So I ran over and grabbed her to make sure she was all right. That's it. That's all I ever. That's the whole story. But then.
So, are you saying Amber Heard lied?
Of it.
How?
I'd never heard.
How?
A rumor of that before Miss Heard.
Yeah, dude, falling like that is painful as hell.
Grabbed hold of it.
Landing on like your back or your tailbone area. Oh my God, yeah.
Sorry.
Very painful.
Mr. Depp, we heard testimony from Miss Heard's sister, Whitney, during this trial. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And how would you describe your relationship with Whitney when you were in a relationship with Miss Heard?
I liked Whitney very much. Initially, when I first met her, I liked her very much. And grew
now
to
not
love
so
Whitney.
much. Now not so much. You think she practices faces in the mirror?
Very much.
Of course she does. She's an actor, quote unquote.
Because I always, it seemed, Whitney, Amber's sister, Whitney, seemed to always get the sort of dirty end of the stick, and I felt bad for her for that, because it wasn't new. It had been there for life, and that was seemed pretty obvious.
So she's in Amber's
So
shadow.
I took to Whitney.
And Amber makes sure that she stays in the shadow.
She was a very sweet kid. She was wonderful.
What do you mean that Whitney got the dirty end of the stick?
It was a kind of a strange combination of loving sister, trusted sister and friend, and then lackey, and then, you know...
Are you guys getting ads? Feels bad, man.
Dartboard,
you should subscribe so you don't get ads.
Of some rather demeaning and ugly words, or she would have wine thrown in her face.
And who was the source
Sheesh.
of the demeaning words and the wine that you just referenced?
Well, that would be Amber Heard, her sister.
And Amber's smiling about it.
How do you know that?
Well, I witnessed quite a lot of it. The wine in the face was something that happened in New York, which I think that even made it into the papers. I believe that even made it into the papers.
What sub I gotta pay for college? Okay, which is more important?
How did you first learn
My
about that
well-being
incident?
or
Sure,
your
totally.
college? Come on, think
in
about it.
detail.
Education.
What else
Who
did
needs
you
it?
observe of
Who needs?
Miss Heard and her sister Whitney's interactions during
on.
your relationship with Miss Heard?
Education's for suckers. Look at
We
me.
just constantly up
Look
and
at me.
down. But
I mean, I did go to college,
could-
but whatever.
I could sense, I could feel that Whitney
Subs over college. Let's go.
trying to please her sister, trying to be up
Appease-
to snuff. And,
Appease her needs. The demon.
It just seemed like she got shot down.
Objection,
every
Your
time.
Honor. This is going
We
to
could
be on
send
scope
out
of question.
airplanes.
That's
and
not-
night sky early shooting
Your Honor,
stars.
I asked.
Thank
what
you,
he
Laundry,
observed,
for the gift.
You know, between them. I think this is responsive to that.
And his testimony is to
Overruled.
what Whitney felt is
Overruled.
Sustain the objection. Next.
Damn it! Okay, fine. Fine. I mean, technically, that's right. Whatever.
Did you ever see Miss Heard physically attack Whitney?
No, I've never seen any full-on blowouts, physical blowouts between them. Tons of verbal
objection
blowouts.
beyond the scope.
That's not.
Overruled.
That's not. That's within the confines.
I've certainly seen Miss Heard grab Whitney, push her around. There were a number. There were half a dozen times when some of us, whoever was in the general vicinity, would have to leave. This is at Orange, when Whitney and Amber were living at Orange.
Imagine asking the teacher to use the restroom and she says sustain.
Whitney and her boyfriend,
That would happen.
at the time, Sean Krajewski, and we had to leave the apartment and
Why
wait
was
in the car while they fought.
Interesting.
When you say fought, do you mean
Physical.
physically or?
Physical.
And
when you
Amber's-
said
Amber's
Miss
laughing
Heard
about
would
it.
Push Whitney around. Do you mean that physically push her or metaphorically?
Both.
You heard Whitney testify that she lived in Penthouse 4 at the Eastern Columbia building for a time, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Haha,
How
I
did
beat
Whitney
my
come to
sister up.
live
She's
in
like, yeah, I
Penthouse 4?
fucking did that.
My recollection when Whitney first came to stay at the Eastern Columbia building in Penthouse 4 was she and her boyfriend, Sean, had broken up. And she needed a place to go. And And so Amber asked if she could stay in Penthouse 4, and I said, well, of course, of course, you know.
How long did Whitney live in Penthouse for?
It was well over a year, on and off.
Yeah, like that should just
Did
show
you ever
so
ask
much
Whitney to move out
of
of
Johnny's
Penthouse 4?
character, how he just
No, I did
lets
not.
people live in his houses. Like
Why
he's like,
did
yeah,
Whitney
go ahead,
ultimately
live there.
move
I
out
don't
of
care.
Penthouse
Live
4?
for free.
Objection, foundation.
That's crazy, dude. Like that just shows how
His
nice of a
apartment, Your
dude he
Honor,
is.
He was living there.
Oh, overruled.
Whitney moved out of Penthouse 4 long before the marriage. And it was due to
Yeah, he accepts all moochers. That's crazy.
an argument that Ms. Heard and Whitney
Especially for
had
being like
had,
famous.
which had to do with
Yeah, I wouldn't even be that nice.
Whitney
I don't know.
working at the Art
Depending
of
on
Elysium
who,
with
I don't
Jennifer
know.
Howell
Maybe I
and those
would.
people.
I guess it depends on who it is. You know, if it's like a family
And,
member or like some friend of a friend, like yeah,
Amber asked her to leave.
I would do it.
Get out.
Eat, sleep,
Where did
beat,
Whitney
sister,
live when she
repeat.
moved out of Penthouse 4?
My understanding is she went to live with Jennifer Howell.
Your Honor, I know you anticipated having a motion at noon.
You can keep going, that's
Okay.
fine, we can. How much longer in direct do you have?
I have a bit.
Okay, that's okay, go ahead.
I can see the headlines now. Brave Amber laughs off
Mr.
Johnny's
Depp, do you recall
absurd
hearing
remarks.
testimony during Ms.
Yeah.
Heard's case?
See, the thing is,
from
the
Mr.
reason
Mandel?
I'm making fun of Amber's laughs and shit is because she's lied
And who
countless
is that?
times. However, Johnny hasn't. He's provided
Mr.
evidence.
Mandel is my
So
former
I-
business manager of 17
I
and a
have to
half
believe
years,
Johnny. There's just no other way to do it, man.
who,
That's how it is.
at a certain point, I discovered
He supports
I've
Roman
been,
Polanski, though, which is gross. Dude,
embezzling
he
quite
fucking
a
hangs
lot
out
of
with
money.
Marilyn Manson. I don't give a
So I
shit.
had
Right
to,
now, all I care about is
take action
the
against,
trial and justice
him
and shit. You know,
he
all that
and,
stuff.
And my lawyer of 17 and a half years, as they were in cahoots, as it were. And so yes, Joel Mandel is, and they, which was they settled their case with me. They made their settlement. But yes, it was the big. That was a very Joel Mandel is a very bitter man who ended up with a lot of money that I worked hard for over the years.
Do you recall Mr. Mandel testifying in this case that you do not spend very much money on charity?
That I don't. Sorry.
That you do not spend very much money on charity?
Objection, Your Honor.
You just want to
May we
approach?
approach?
Okay.
Mr. Depp, just to remind you, my question was, what is your response to Mr. Mandel's testimony that you do not spend very much on charity?
My response to that is Mr. Mandel is a very bitter man, and one thing about that, myself personally, with regard to charity donations, sending money to a charity, I prefer. I would rather that my name were not on it. I don't want the name to be the important thing or the thing that people talk about. So when I donate money, I donate without my name being involved because I don't see that that's important, my name being there in terms of money. Now, if I am able to visit hospitals, or if I'm able to meet with Make-A-Wish children, have held on to the relationships that I've held on to within the Make-A-Wish Foundation and the Children's Hospital and various other places.
I was saying that shows good character.
When
shows
we
good
held
character.
premieres in Leicester Square,
That he doesn't put his name on it.
for several films.
It's like when YouTubers.
Again, beyond the scope of his response to Mr. Mandel's testimony.
I believe this is in response to Mr. Mandel.
I'll overrule the objection.
Boom. It's like YouTubers who record themselves giving money to homeless people.
When it was a public,
Sure, they're giving money to
donation or
people, but
whatever, I
like
would
they're being
talk
assholes
to the
about it.
studio. I would talk to Disney. I would talk
Just
to
give
Warner
money to
Brothers.
charity
I
and
would
don't,
talk
you
to
don't
whoever
need
studio was,
the publicity behind
well
it.
before the premiere, and make the premiere a benefit that would. Once we did what we benefited, we did a benefit premiere for Great Ormond Street Hospital. We did a couple of benefit premieres for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I mean, if you can turn a premiere with that many thousands and thousands and thousands of people there into a benefit, it works and it helps. But
They
it
might have
wasn't
evidence. Quickly
presented
object.
under my
Rotten.
name. You know, it was Disney's doing this or Warner Brothers is doing this. I'm not looking for the pat on
The sequel to
back.
The Shining,
If I can
Doctor
make it happen,
Sleep. I didn't
great.
even know that was a thing.
But I don't need the pat on the back. I don't need the adulation. I don't need the attention.
Did you hear Ms. Heard testify
He
that
ain't
one
clout
of the
chasing.
charities she donated a portion of your divorce settlement
He ain't virtue
to
signaling.
was the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles?
Yes.
And yet
What
they
is
claim
your
he's a
relationship
narcissist.
with
I know, right?
CHLA?
There's so many things that show how much he cares for people.
To the
May
issue
we
just
approach
discussed.
her?
Like, okay, this shows, like, there's so many instances. Johnny letting people stay with him. Johnny, like, everyone talking about, everyone who knows Johnny talking about him, he gives him time to, he gives people time to warm up to the fact that he's famous. He doesn't, like, make them uncomfortable. He tries everything he can do to make sure that they are comfortable in front of him because he understands, you know, the celebrity situation. Like, again, he lets people stay with him, and he even gives to charity without putting his name on it or making it a big spectacle about him. Like, I don't know what else you need to show that he's not a narcissistic person, unless he's just the smartest narcissist to ever exist, where he plays the role of a good Samaritan, of a good-hearted person, but actually is a narcissist. Because, I mean, sure, there are people out there who are like sociopaths who are like not empathetic whatsoever, but are good at playing the role. But I don't know. This just seems like he's just a good guy. And obviously the psychiatrist that came in, you know, a 60-year-old ninja, didn't really have much to say about it except cluster B traits over and over, you know? Cameraman's at it again. I know, right? Zoom in on Amber's sister. Literally how charity should be done. Actually, personally, I think charity should be pledged, you know, like every time you want to donate something, every time you want to give something to charity, just pledge that you're going to. Don't do it, but just tell everyone, all the news articles, all the news outlets, tell every single company, hey, I am going to pledge $7 million to charity, but never actually give it to charity. See, that is the smart way to do it, because you get the clout and you keep the money. You know what I mean? Like, you get the virtue signaling clout love from everyone saying, oh, you're such a good person, but you never actually have to give the money, so you keep the money. That's the smart way to do it. That's the Amber way. You know what I mean? 60-year-old ninja? Dude, he is. He is 60-year-old ninja. If you guys have not seen 60-year-old ninja, let's go. Where's he at? Where's he at?
Mr. Depp, what is your relationship with the CHLA?
Right here. 60-year-old ninja right here. Dude, it has 600,000 views, just this guy.
CHLA for probably 20 years.
Yeah, chat. So. Instead of subbing to me, just pledge.
What's just the nature of that relationship?
Did he have a Coke jar, or was he just weird? I think he's just weird.
Sometimes
I've not done a video on Bolt, but I might.
Make-A-Wish kids who are in the hospital there, and that their wish is to.
Yeah, Kate. We covered Kate Moss this morning.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Kate Moss came on for 2 minutes, said no, he didn't push me down the stairs. He actually picked me up and carried me into the room and called for medical assistance. So it was like 2 minutes. She was on for 2 minutes and boom, just destroyed everything Amber said about it. Fuck, I woke up too late. Yeah, you didn't miss much on the Kate Moss, because again, she was on for 2 minutes and that's it. You pledged 20 gifted subs, Pig. You're welcome. Anybody else want to pledge some subs to me? I really need some subs because we are starting a coffee business and we need a little bit of help. So if you guys could please pledge some subs to me, I really would appreciate it. Because yeah, come on, it's basically charity if you pledge subs to me. You pledged $200 million to me. Oh my God, and I'll likely get this in over 4,000 years. Okay, that's fine because you pledged it. You pledged 50 subs, I'll take it. You know, I'll take it as long as you follow through eventually. Sure, it could be, you know, a year, maybe 50 years. We don't know.
Mr. Depp, I'd like to take you back to exactly 6 years prior to this week, the week of May 21st through May 27th.
Do I take pledged YouTube subs? Yes.
What happened at the beginning of that week?
My sound effects. No.
21st.
Excuse me, May 20th.
I didn't fix my sound effects. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so stupid.
May 20th. We're talking 2016 here.
Yes.
May 20th, the afternoon of May 20th, afternoon, evening, my mom made her exit. She'd been fighting cancer numerous times and for many years, and she fought all the way to the end.
This is about the clip of him slamming cabinets.
So my mother passed away on the 20th of May. Which does bring instant perspective into one's mind. I spoke to Amber that night. I called her on the telephone, explained to her that my mom had passed, Betty Sue had passed, and that I thought that the best thing we could do was to that I filed for divorce.
Hearsay. What Mr. Depp told Ms. Heard.
What?
Move on, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Depp, what happened at the end of that week on May 27th, 2016?
May 27th, my daughter's birthday. May 27th, I was not in Los Angeles. I was on the way to on tour, and that was when Miss Heard went for the restraining order.
So after his mom died.
Oh yeah. Also, that was the day that.
Wow.
Alice through
my
the
mom
looking
died.
glass,
Hearsay.
A film I'd done was opening.
Did Miss Heard know that you were out of town on May 27th?
Yes.
And how would she have known that?
I told her I was going on tour. I mean, that was well established.
How long were you going to be out of town on that tour?
2 to 3 months.
And did Miss Heard know how long you'd be out of town?
I don't know if she knew
But
exactly
the fuck
how
moved by
long I'd
her.
be out
She
of town,
recorded
but
him
it
being
was
upset about his mother dying and
pretty
used it.
extensive
Look, he's
tour of
abusing
Europe.
me. Yeah.
How did Miss Heard's actions on May 27th, 2016?
My mother died.
affect
Objection,
you?
lack of evidence. I could see Rottenborn doing that.
Changed everything.
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance
Oh, it didn't change
to this
everything?
lawsuit.
Sorry.
Sure, if you could wait till the objection, please.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Relevance.
Correct.
Your Honor, this is...
Oh, it didn't change everything? Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. That's so fucking good. Did I hear the lawyer slip a misheard? God, I hope so. Their objections are fucking dumb. Dude, it's because they don't have... Like, the thing is, right now, all they're trying to do is get Johnny to not talk. That's their whole goal. Because Johnny, when he talks, he spit facts. You know what I'm saying? So when he talks, they don't like when he spits facts. They got to keep him from spitting those facts. So they have to keep stepping on his toes every time he talks. Objection, hearsay. Like, and not... The thing is, even if the objection is wrong... and overruled, it could mess up, you know, his thought process. It could mess up his train of thought. Regardless, it's just a tactic to just get him to fuck up and get him to not talk. That's the definition of time wasting. Yep. Yeah, stepping on his bees. Yeah, it also cuts his time. That's true. But the thing is, he has so much time. He has a lot of freaking time. They don't have it. They have barely any time to cross him, though. They don't have much cross. Because every single one of their witnesses talked for an hour. Like, they had Kate Moss on, she talked for 2 minutes. But their witnesses talked for so fucking long. Like Ninja, 60-year-old Ninja, he talked for what, 2 hours? He took up 2 hours. Why is this stuff even timed? Because it's fair. Each side gets a specific amount of time to examine, to cross-examine, to call witnesses, etc. And you know, there's tactics to run down time for certain people so they don't get out enough information. You know, it's a whole back and forth. It's a game, man. It's literally a game. 6-year-old Ninja looked cooked AF. He might have been. Yeah, he did. He was getting paid $6.50 an hour, so he was probably just trying to cash in. And it's funny because every time they had an expert witness, Johnny's side always asks, so you're getting paid $600 an hour for this, right? Just to like prove that they're just wasting time in order to get extra money. 45 minutes of witness, literally 3 questions, phrased differently. Yeah. It's hilarious. Yeah, each side has the same amount of time, but right now Johnny's side has way more time because they spent way less time with their witnesses and way less time cross-examining because they're just saying facts. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you say facts and truths, you just say it. You don't think. You just like, this is what happened. Okay, that's it. But when you're lying, you go through all these, you know, these hula hoops. You jump through the hoops. You dance around. You do a little hopscotch.
Mr. Depp, what has it been like for
around
you
the
to
question.
listen to Miss Heard's testimony at this trial?
I'm sorry.
What has it been like for you to listen to Miss Heard's testimony at this trial?
Objection, relevance, Your Honor.
Overruled. Overruled.
Insane.
Yes.
Yes. It's insane to hear heinous accusations of violence.
Literally,
sexual
Amber's
violence.
entire defense is so Johnny did drugs. That is it. Y'all see
That
Johnny
she's
did
attributed to me,
drugs.
that
Yeah.
she's accused
Every
me
witness
of.
who came on, he does drugs.
I don't think anyone enjoys having to split themselves open and tell the truth. But there are times when one just simply has to, because it's gotten out of control. Horrible.
Points still aren't working. No.
Ridiculous, humiliating, ludicrous, painful, savage, unimaginably brutal, cruel,
Come on, keep going.
and all false. All false. I wanted.
Dude, Amber's face, I feel like she knows right now. I feel like she knows right there. She's like, oh, fuck. She's like, oh, fuck.
No human being is perfect, certainly not. None of us. But I have never in my life committed sexual battery, physical abuse, all these outlandish, outrageous stories of me committing these things.
They are. Let's be real. It is
And living
outrageous,
with it for 6
and we all
years.
know. We've heard what she said.
And waiting
She got
to be able
hit
to
10 times and
bring
headbutted.
the truth out. So this is not easy for any of us. I know that. But no matter what happens, I did get here, and I did tell the truth, and I have spoken up for what I've been carrying on my back reluctantly for 6 years.
Thank you. No further questions.
All right. Did you want to take lunch at this point, or just, okay, all right, let's do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take lunch this time. Do not discuss this case with anybody, and don't do any outside research, okay?
I'm glad they did that. I'm so glad they did that, where they asked him, how did Amber, saying all this shit make you feel? I'm so glad they did that. That's it's such a good thing to do. Because, I mean, honestly, think about that. Like, if from what we've seen so far, Amber Heard has lied, and she's been caught in a lie so many fucking times. So you have to think that the majority of what she's saying is false. So imagine being in that position 6 years straight, and someone is just sitting there saying all these terrible things about you, and there's people out there who actually believe her. And then she's standing on the fucking stand, or sitting on the fucking stand, saying that, Johnny Depp put a bottle in her. Johnny Depp wailed on her for like 10 to 20 punches. Johnny Depp headbutted her in the face. Like, all these awful, awful things. And pretty much all of it has been disproven. Will she get jail time for lying? I think perjury, I don't know about perjury. Perjury, she might get jail time, but she's rich. So, well, actually, she might not be rich after this. But it depends, really.
Now it's time to walk away. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Did you laugh or cry or maybe subscribed? I'll thank you either way. miss you. I hope you return. Tell your friend or your mother to get me more views, please.